Okay, so, we actually surprise guests for our topics. Crystal Rosales is actually one of our local realtors here in the Central Texas area. And she's joining us because she surprised us during our podcast. So
Of course.
we are going to do our topic, which our topic for the summer in real estate is the busiest time to buy and sell. But today we're going to focus on the sale side. So if you're thinking about selling your home, what do you guys think is the most important aspect of preparing your home for a sale? Like if you had to pick the one thing, and then we'll go back through it, but the one thing that you guys think like this is what is going to make the difference in it selling faster and selling for more money.
Okay, so the first thing that I can think of is, so in this market in Central Texas, there's so much inventory and buyers, they're looking at 5, 10 houses at a time. Oh, am I blurry?
Yeah.
Oh,
Come, I think you,
that's okay.
there you
I think
go.
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So what was the question again?
Yeah, she'll net it out too.
Okay, so
No editing, one shot. Go.
I think one of the most important things when selling your house in this market is making sure that it's showcase ready, because there's buyers looking at like 8 or 10 houses at a time. And this just happened with my clients. We saw 8 houses in one day. And the first house, they're like, oh my God, I love this house. But the second house was cleaner. And the third house was like, oh, wait, the paint is updated. Oh, there's no wood rot on this house. And it was that much easier for them to just scrap that other house that wasn't showcase ready. And we ended up going with the house that was just like perfectly staged, clean, it felt fresh, and it was just beautifully maintained. So small stuff like that.
Absolutely. I think that's a very good point. There's so much inventory right now everywhere. Central Texas, we have the military, so there's more movement. But the reality is that almost anywhere you go around the country, there's so much inventory because so many people have been holding off from buying.
Yeah.
So you, as a seller, have so much competition, not to mention you have Marisa here. She's like your biggest competitor. Like right now we're in a model home. And if you can even look behind us, the first thing you notice isn't the brand newness of this house. The first thing you notice is how beautifully designed and staged this house is. So if I had to pick something that makes the biggest difference in the property, aside from cleanliness, like cleanliness is a given. That should not even be an aspect. But it is so many times you walk into a house and there's like, it smells like cat pee or it looks messy. So that's a given. But to me, I think staging a property goes the furthest for people to envision themselves in that house. And it doesn't have to be a lot. It could be as simple as if you look behind Crystal, there's a table, a plate set and stools because you're thinking, I could eat breakfast there. It's amazing how the mind works and how it tells you what you could and couldn't do by the things that others have put there for you. So staging is probably my biggest go-to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think even curb appeal, like selling new construction, when we have a home that the yard's not done yet, and then we add sod in the shrubs and flowers, shows better than when it doesn't, because people
Absolutely.
can't envision what the yard's gonna look like, or this yard doesn't look nice. And so for new construction, I think for us, adding those small things for curb appeal when you come up to a new construction is a big deal too.
100%.
And those things that you guys said.
Yeah, we touched on appearance.
Yeah, because so when people, and you made a great point. So we did touch on appearance. Whenever you sell a house, you want to make sure that the structural and big issues have already been taken care of. You don't want people, I can tell you, I went to a listing appointment. So yes, staging and the curb appeal is so important. But by the time you list your home, your agent, your realtor should have told you all the things you need to fix before you even get to the market. Like if you see tape coming off of your ceiling, that needs to be fixed. People think that's water damage. They're not even thinking that it could just be
from condensation.
From condensation. And that's usually exactly what it's
Super minor.
But it looks like clients automatically, it's like, man, there's gonna be
Mhm.
thousands of dollars to fix.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a crack or if you do notice that there's something, even an electrical socket that is not working, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Just because now there's a problem with the whole house wiring,
Yeah.
right? It could literally be a $150 fix, but people think that that's an entire house issue.
Mhm.
So what else do you guys
I
have?
think even like for, resale and new construction, a couple of years ago, it's like everything was selling as is. No one had to
No
fix
one
anything.
cared.
Everyone's paying extra.
They were giving
Now,
you their kids.
They're
Yeah.
nitpicking every single thing. So it's like
Yeah.
everything, even with new
Mhm.
homes, like clients are like, what's this? What's that? Like nitpicking it
Yeah.
and walking.
Yeah.
And so it's like
Yeah.
really having everything on point
Right. And
is huge.
first impressions are everything. So I feel like
Mhm.
the first impression when a buyer walks into your house, that's gonna help them
Mhm.
go under contract.
Mhm.
It's gonna get you to that step. But the repairs, like you were talking about with like
The
whatever you find.
smells.
The smells too. Yeah, yeah,
Smells is a super, super important one.
yeah.
What do you guys feel about smells with new construction when we have smellies in a new constructed home rather than the model? But if you're walking a
Mhm.
home that you're trying to sell,
Yeah.
Right.
what do you think about having those smellies in the model?
Like the glade?
plugins.
Oh, yeah. I
That
think
isn't-
smell helps.
Yeah.
I think it helps.
I don't necessarily think that it helped. I'm not gonna lie. I like the new house smell. Like I
do
could care,
too.
I could care
Yes.
less about a new car
Mhm.
smell, but man, give me a new
Yeah,
house
I'm
smell.
partial.
I don't.
Can they
I
almost
feel
say,
like
give it
when
to
I
me?
Walk into a smelly,
What?
or the plugins
Yeah.
in new construction. It's a turn off to
It
my nose.
throws
I'm
me off.
like, I feel like it's already in the walls. And
Yeah.
what if you don't like vanilla?
That's true.
And you
Some people are sensitive
Yeah.
to smells.
So, but that was just a curiosity.
well, and then you're
because
thinking,
sometimes they want
why-
us to put them in the new construction. I'm like, no, I love them in the model because it's already
Yeah.
a vibe, it's already set up, but.
So smell is a relatable aspect, right?
Mhm.
So smell brings back memories.
Mhm.
And maybe the builder's thinking, if you put this in, people are gonna relate it to whatever they've known to be. But the reality is, when you go into a brand new home, I don't want a memory attached to that.
Memory, or I
Right.
don't want it to feel used.
Yeah, I like the chemical carpet.
I want my
smell.
electrical outlets to be brand new.
I want my house to
The new paint smell, I
Yes.
like it.
I love new
Yeah.
paint smell. Did you know you guys can get your paint to smell like a scent? Like they put
No,
scent in paint.
I need that.
Yes.
How is
From where?
I think like Home Depot has it, or maybe even Sherwin-Williams. I've seen it in different
I
places.
always wanted to be those people who you walk into their house and they're like, oh my goodness, this house smells so good. It's
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
what are you using?
Yeah, fabuloso.
It's bleach.
Yeah, no, bleach. Yes, that would be my mom's house. Everything smelled like bleach, but no, nowadays it's fabuloso.
The purple kind or blue?
Everybody uses the purple kind. It's
I
more,
think some blue. The blue one smells better. But I
it's
have
more
purple.
accessible. Like I feel like purple is more accessible. They make it in bulk jugs. That's what the cleaning people use. So yeah.
It does.
Yeah. So I think if you guys have any questions about what it takes to get your house ready to show and ready for sale, feel free to contact us. But realistically, these are some of the most important aspects.
And both y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you want to do, you can reach out to.
Yeah, we do all things.
We like everybody.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us. It was a long day. Hopefully you get something out of it. And if you have any questions, even about the childcare stuff, I got the personal connection. She's kind of like my mother-in-law, so let me know.
Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for being here. This is a surprise.
Yes, it was a
Very
special
surprise
guest.
guest.
Yes,
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah. I know we've been saying, but anyway, we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.